headphones for my stuff. I just got some gear.
I had to use the good old Affirm for the recording
Very
equipment.
familiar with Affirm. I get the Guitar Center credit card.
Whatever you got to do. Because hey, this stuff is not cheap. I mean, honestly, I always said, I had told Vincent before, we should have started a podcast in 2009, 2010.
You could get a microphone for like $20.
Well, but the quality, like when Joe Rogan started his podcast, he was just on a computer with a webcam and there was no microphone. Whatever this picked up is the audio that they had.
What a dream.
And now
you have to have this.
And like the roadie equipment, like the full tables are $700-800.
Yeah, no, it adds up.
And it's like, oh yeah, this sound equipment was like $150. All the mic, it's ridiculous. But enough of that. Welcome back to the Fedcast, guys. We have Gabby Minton here today.
Hello.
And I always have the issue of Minton or Minton.
I get a lot of pronunciation.
So Gabby's here.
Yeah, Gabby, Minton. Being in Texas, we get lots of Minton. Just take out the O.
Is it apostrophe?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I believe it. But you do play at some places that I think are a little, like, because you've done shows in Granbury. So, of course, they're going to talk a little more twang out there, I feel like.
Yeah, and I feel like just Texas in general. Like, I've always lived here. And my day job, I realized that a lot of us put y'all in our corporate emails. I'll be emailing somebody. I'll be like, y'all have a good day.
But you know how wrong it looks if you would type you all?
Exactly. Or sometimes I'll put everyone, and it makes me feel like a serial killer or something. Everyone have a good day.
Okay, so we've been trying to set this interview up, this chat, this talk for. So when did your new project come out? The 28th?
February 28th.
That's what I thought, and then I was like, and then we had said the 8th.
Yeah.
Or was it the 8th? And then something came up, and
I
then
ended up having my kids at home.
Yeah, and then it was just kind of, and then I was like, we were trying to do something early to tease or to let people know about the listening party that was at Low Doubt. Shout out to Low Doubt Bar.
Yeah, that was fun.
I've been there twice, and they always have some kind of a cartoon on the TV that's for an adult. I think they had Rick and Morty one time, and then I think they had Invincible, and the beers were pretty reasonably priced. And it was just I went there for emo night.
Oh, fun.
By myself on a Friday, and I was like, why am I here? Like, I could have just put some 90s emo.
No, yeah, I think that was going on right after my listening party. So right towards the end, a bunch of really cool looking people came in. I was like, oh, they must be here for the goth DJ.
The goth DJ.
Yeah, it was really cool though. I like the vibe there.
I mean, I feel like the space is relatively small for the amount of people that actually go there. And then it helps that they share that back patio with tulips. Yeah. So it's like there's a little bit of a breather. Like if you're gonna get out of the, because I feel like it's a little cramped. Like because I told the bartender, someone's sitting here. He goes, I think they just left, and I was like, yeah, that works for me. Don't know if that dude left, but he didn't come back.
Get in where you fit in.
Okay, so this project was different. What's the name? Because I know you know the name.
It's a mouthful. Photosynthesis For Feelings.
Okay.
And it's very different than my other. It's like different, but it's kind of the same too. I feel like Sam was really good at making sure that my elements are still in there. Like my vocals and my strings and my melodies, and so it's not just 1,000% not me.
I feel like it's
a lot different.
It does sound a lot different, and I listened to it when it came out, and I went through it like 4 times because I was like, I need to be familiar with this because we're going to talk about it, and I'm gonna say it's no disrespect, but the Anything song, I feel like could go with that Curious George scene in the animated movie. When he's walking through and it's like, I can't remember, who's it, Jack Johnson that did all that the music and
Oh, I think he did.
and I feel like that song Anything would have fit in a lot of those like Curious George. I was like, that's the vibe that it gave me.
A lot of people tell me that gives them movie vibes. It's
And
like a
then-
soundtrack sounding. That one I was the most nervous about because it just sounds not anything like any of my other songs.
But you know, sometimes you try things, and
We're actually working on a music video for that song.
and I liked the when you did the cuts through. I know you had the OxyClean cut like you on Instagram.
Oh yeah, my
I like
infomercials.
that. I like that because it was so many artists will do. Hey man, I got a project dropping, or hey, I got this, or go check this out. And I thought that was cool. I was like, I want to know more about this.
That was the point.
I
Thank
remember
you.
OxyClean.
It's so funny because some people were really into it. They were like, that is art. And some people, like, I literally had one of my friends come up and they were like,
I don't get it.
I don't understand. They were like, what is it? And I was like, that's the point.
Yeah.
It was art.
I mean, so because sometimes you're trying to trigger an audience, and the audience that liked it was like, "Oh, I like this."
Exactly. You find your
then-
people when you just do what you were planning on doing to begin with.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of the themes in the album are just kind of looking inward at yourself and your inner child and like just how you've grown and you've grown up and stuff. So it made me think of a lot of like the third song, See Me Now, I used like toy commercials I thought of like the toys I had as a little girl. And I went and I pulled those commercials and video editors need like all of the props because that was really, really, it took me weeks.
Yeah.
Just for those 4 videos that are full length on YouTube if anybody wants to go watch them.
They're full length on YouTube?
I have full length versions of each of them on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it lines up where like, it looks like they're singing in parts of it. It's really fun.
Yeah,
But it was hard. Video editing is rough.
That's one thing I learned doing this. I was like, someone's like, just record it and then you'll sync it on the MacBook and blah blah blah. I didn't know there was a thing called like sound tracking, like that. The compression of a video and the compression of audio is not the same. So at the beginning of the video, everything's in sync, and at the end of the video, doing this, and then you have to go back
interesting.
and adjust it. And I was like, what?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so I was just when you said that, I was like, oh, I definitely know what she's talking about right there.
Yeah, it's rough. And then like, just like you were saying earlier, when you have to be like, hey guys, I have stuff coming out. And like, it's really hard for me to get in front of, like, I think it's the millennial in me. It's hard for me to get in front of the camera and be like, hey guys, it's me. I'm here with new things. It's like, you know, in in Talladega Nights when he's like,
what do I do with my
That's what I
hands?
feel. I get
Your hands
so
shouldn't be in the video.
scared.
Put your hands down.
I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to lean into that. Like, I'm going to lean into how much it scares me.
And I think some of that. Well, see, like, because this as a podcast, we've been discussing this concept of like the art of not giving a fuck. Like, it doesn't. You know what? You're either gonna like me or you're not. You're either gonna listen or you're not. You're gonna skip over this. You're gonna block me on YouTube or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we had a conversation, and Chase was like, "Bro, you know, most of the stuff we talk about really caters to our opinions and the things that we like." And it's like, yeah. I don't want to go over current events. I don't want to watch CNN and then have a conversation about whatever they're talking about, because that's not, I don't care. I want to put something out that I enjoy, that I think that I can stand behind. I don't ever want to sit here and be like, man, I can't believe I said that way back then.
No, that was like kind of an epiphany I had not that long ago. Because the thing that I feel like I didn't do with my previous releases was the aftermath of continuing to promote it once it was out. And that's like a really big focus right now. And it's been like kind of wigging me out thinking of getting in front of the camera. I like psyched myself out.
Yeah.
And then I just woke up one day and was like, wait, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, you don't have
I actually don't have to get in front of the camera. I could just do other things. So I'm kind of playing with, and then all of my time is like in these weird pockets of like school pickup lines, and literally while I'm cooking dinner, I'm like editing my TikTok or something.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I guess I'll just have to record that and tell people about it. Because I'm like, I'm just going to start showing them how hard it is to fit it in. And then I think that's going to be the content.
Yeah, I mean, and one of the biggest things is content in general. Just putting something out there, saying something.
Yeah, just hitting record and just telling people. And that's what I'm noticing on TikTok. Like, some of my friends have very large followings, and all they do is just real quick. They'll be like, oh my God, did you watch Severance on Thursday? And that's it. And then it just like flows in with, oh my gosh. And it's crazy. Just putting yourself out there is the content.
Yeah.
And you can kind of stand in your own way with that sometimes.
Yeah. Because the car line, the selfie video, well, I'm in the car line, I'm supposed to be on the phone right now. But also, go check out my project. It's on all streaming platforms. Okay, bye.
Exactly.
And just little stuff like that because I mean, we've known each other. Technically, you were the last guest on the Six Pack podcast at the old location. And that was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was 2023.
My DWI is 2 years to today.
Wow.
And when we did that, I had stopped drinking. So that's what I was like, wow, that was like right almost at 2 years ago.
Time flies.
Yeah. But yeah, that whole putting out content, because I was paying, what's that? I can't remember the name of that app or the service. I'd upload a podcast and they'd create a bunch of clips. And
oh, that's smart. I've thought about hiring somebody out. I'm like,
because
then I would still have to give them stuff too.
Yeah, because CapCut does something, and then I can't remember the name of that other service I was using. Yeah, no,
that's really smart.
And it was like $20 a month, and I had up to 3 hours a month that I could upload, and they would grade,
chop it up.
They would grade your clips, and I'm not going to plug them right now, even if I remember, because it was just like, it was good for what it was, but it really didn't. At the end of the day, what I was looking for was to grow more of a following or more views on YouTube. And the views on YouTube, they come from dumb stuff that has nothing to do with the podcast, unless we're like brief interactions. But yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really broke ground on YouTube at all. But I also put like nothing on YouTube for years. I kind of ignored it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really going to start putting stuff. Like, I'm about to upload, it's a little late, but the Fort Worth Songwriter Festival. That was in November last year.
You know,
I have really good footage that Theo took. Thank you, Theo. Wonderful songwriter in the area as well. But I have it, and I'm going to put it on the internet soon.
Well, if no one's seen it, then it's new to everyone.
No, exactly. Yeah. So I'm just going to have whatever I got. I'm just going to put it out.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what we have to do. Because like I started, people watch 17 to 20 minutes of a podcast. If they're into it, they keep watching. If they're not, they didn't watch that long anyway. So I'm like, all right, 20 minutes is what we're trying to run with it when it's with the normal guys, me and Chase and Vincent. And I'm like, let's just explore this option of if we can stay on topic for 20 minutes and have no like awkward silences. And it's just like a progression of, is this going to turn into something? Who knows? Who cares? It's fun.
Yeah. So I've been on podcasts that are like 30 minutes long. And I've stayed on a podcast for 2.5 hours and talked. It was the Jerry Jonestown Massacre. Yeah. I love them. We were having fun. I think it's like a 2.5 hour episode though. That's because once you get going, it's easy to keep talking.
That's Joe Rogan. He runs 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes, 3 hours. And it's like, there's not enough storage on that phone over there that records this to go that long. And I don't know. At some point, I feel like there's just some random ramblings going on. But yeah, back to photosynthesis for feelings.
Oh yeah.
I feel like there was one thing that just in my head that I would have done. I would have took the pH out and put an F. So you would have F3.
Oh, that would be nice.
But I mean, that's just me randomly, like the first time thinking about that because I'm seeing it on my phone. I was like,
no, that's funny because all of the demos and stuff, as we were sending stuff back and forth, we spelled it photos. That was like the shorthand for it. FOTOZ. Photos.
That sounds like a cool name too.
Yeah, we played with a couple of different. For the longest time, it just didn't have a name. It took me forever to choose. Sorry. It took me forever to choose the EP name.
I feel like, okay, so like the episode I recorded yesterday of the podcast, it's called Short and Sweaty because because I felt like, okay, we're trying to bring these in, shorten them down. So like I was gonna say short and sweet, and I was like, short and sweaty's funnier. It just in my head, it sounds funnier.
It is funny,
and I'm not real serious, like. So I was like, okay, we'll just name it that. And then we talked about it afterwards. It's like this podcast had nothing to do with short and sweaty. Like we made one reference and that was it.
That's funny. Yeah, I always like to see the different names of the podcasts.
Because I stopped numbering them because it was like, oh, episode 37 did really good. I really don't look at numbers anymore. It's just like, I'm going to upload, and this is something that I do that's fun with my friends and my cousin.
That's kind of where I'm at. I don't look at the streams much. And
like, they're there, but it's not like a
I stopped tying my self-worth to my stream numbers.
Exactly.
I'm absolutely fascinated with location though.
Yeah.
I love to see the different countries. Like right under US right now is Brazil. Yeah. And I'm like, who is in Brazil listening to my music? I love it. And then I have a friend in Germany too. So Berlin will pop up on there sometimes. And I'm like, is that you? Or is that some strange person?
Did you show my music to your friend? Like,
I always like to think it's just and like, I like to see that people Shazam it. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
Where are you Shazamming
Where
it
did
at?
you hear this that you said?
I wish it would show me exactly who so I could call them and be like,
hey.
So where did you hear this? If anybody ever Shazams a random artist, tell them about it because they would be really fascinated by it.
Yeah. Shazam. I remember when that first came out and it was like an exclusive thing that was only on like Motorola phones.
I don't remember that at all.
I do. Because I remember my buddy, he thought he was so cool. He's like, look, my phone got this thing where I say, hey, you click the button and you put it to the song and it tells you exactly who sings it. And I was like, that's cool. Can I get that on my phone? He's like, nope, only on this one.
Motorola only.
And then I feel like everyone died out. You remember when we had HTC, we had Samsung still around. Mm-hmm. Then we had Motorola. There was Nokia phones, BlackBerry. There was Sidekicks.
I loved Blackberries with the little ball in them.
Yeah, the little roller ball.
Yeah, I really liked those. And then my friend had the Sidekick that yeah, like flips open. I feel like they should bring stuff like that back.
Yeah.
I like a physical keyboard.
I feel like they try. Like the Razr, they did where it's a flip phone and it opens and it's all a touch screen. I was like,
yeah, flip phones are coming back. I keep seeing stuff that's like, dumb your phone down. It's like, get this. I think it's Brick is the company. Yeah. And they just are selling flip phone. It's like full circle.
I've seen companies releasing phones that are, this is our prototype, blah, blah, blah. And it looks like an old Nokia brick phone, but it's got a full LCD screen. You have your email on there. It has like 5 things: phone, email, text messaging. Yeah,
it's like bare minimum.
Camera. And it's that minimalist lifestyle. But I also feel like there's sometimes when I need the things that my phone does, because I couldn't edit this entire podcast on a phone. Yeah, and
I do a lot of stuff on my phone.
And
I'm dependent on my phone. I won't even be ashamed to say it.
It's hard to say, no, I don't want to be on the phone right now. And then just like leave it alone, because
I have to do that at work sometimes, especially the day of the release. Oh my gosh, my phone was exploding. And I had to take my phone and like put it on somebody else's desk in my office. I was like, it's over there and I don't need it.
I'll come get it later.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'll sit down to watch a movie and then I'm like 10 minutes into the movie and I'm just death scrolling. And it's like, put this shit down. And let's just enjoy this movie, see what it's about.
It's so easy to just quickly pick up your phone and get stuck inside.
And but I do understand the concept of people releasing like that minimalist phone. Let's just use it as a phone.
Oh my gosh, one of my kids just did a project on Alexander Graham Bell and the Phone Man. The Phone Man. He knows more about him than I do now. But his stepmom went to the thrift store and got like an old Oh my gosh, sorry.
You're good.
Got an old phone with like, you know, the cord and the buttons. Mm-hmm. She said that they were like, how do you send it once you put the number in? Like, they were like, what do you hit send? How do you do this? Like, they didn't grasp the concept that you just pick up the phone and put in the number and it rings.
When we moved into this house, there was still a rotary phone that was here.
Those are cool.
And it was hooked up in that back room. And that's how, I mean, if I showed my kids that, like, what's that? What do you do with that?
My grandparents had a rotary phone, and I was obsessed with it.
Like, pay phones aren't even a thing anymore. Mm-mm. Like, you have to go to 7-Eleven. Hey, man, can I borrow your phone?
Just ask a stranger for their cell phone.
Yeah, or their worker. It makes it even more weird. I don't have my phone with me. It died. Can I borrow yours? No, you can buy a charger, though. But, yeah. Well, so, you got shows coming up? You got anything?
I do. I have a couple of shows coming. So, on Saturday, I play at Voodoo Brewing in Grand Prairie.
I've never been there. Did they not open the one in Fort Worth? Did that not happen?
It opened briefly, and then they closed.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know much about it. I can't speak on it. Okay. But I know they were open, and they closed.
I don't even know. I don't even know where it was supposed to be.
It was
and I know
right by now our tap house, formerly Pouring Glory.
Yeah, and that was
right across the street.
That was the other one I was about to bring up. I was like, there's another one that's opening up in the old Pouring Glory building.
Yeah, it was some people that were kind of affiliated before. They got together and they bought the building.
Or
maybe
figure something out.
Something where it's coming back open.
Yeah.
I wish I had more tea on this.
No, it's I think you have about as much as I do because I looked on IG. Yeah, I know
it'll be open soon and it'll be good.
Yeah, because there's a picture on my Google my Google ID account or whatever, where I would just like take pictures of places that I was. It's got like 3 million views, and it's just a back patio at Pouring Glory.
Oh wow!
And I was like, ooh, cool. 3 million people saw that picture, huh? I was pretty high on that list, huh?
That's crazy.
And I was like, I didn't know 3 million people would Google Pouring Glory like that, but
no, I have a picture of the hotel I used to work at. And when they finished renovations, I took a picture and put it on Google. And to this day, it'll be like 8,000 people saw your picture this year. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah, they're still looking at
because really that picture.
This is like this picture was from like 2019 or 2020. And I'm like, 5 years later, huh? Well, now Pouring Glory's gone, so.
Normally, I don't look at my phone, but update, my show next Saturday is canceled. So scratch that. On March 29th, I'm playing Grackle Art Gallery for Spring Gallery Night.
I don't know where Grackle Art, where's this place at?
It's in Fort Worth. It's off of El Campo. I've never been there personally, but it's an art gallery inside of a house.
Invite for this. Okay.
Yeah, there's an artist, and so her art will be on display, and me and this other guy are playing, and I play at 8:00. But it's going to be really fun for Spring Gallery Night.
The March 29th.
Yeah, Saturday, March 29th.
What's today? Oh, yeah. This podcast will go up this Friday. So, yeah, we'll be a week out from there.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll plug Grackle. And then I'll play at Panther Island in April, too. I'll be back there on April 5th.
Like residency? Or
no, just for that day.
Okay. I was wondering, because you were doing that. Like,
I played there for a long time. Every Friday for...
It was like 3 or 4 months, wasn't it?
No, it was like a year and a half.
For real?
It was a really long time.
And I was
It was so fun. There was occasionally I think it was at least 3 to 4 Fridays a month.
Yeah.
For almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Love them. That was like my second home.
Yeah. And I feel like that as an artist is helpful because you're because this isn't your Monday through Friday. You don't go in Monday and start singing and then you sing for 8 hours.
I do not. So I go type.
So when you get in that zone, when you get to do that on a consistent basis and just keep rolling, because I've seen DJs and other artists they'll host a karaoke night or it's a continuing thing. So it's a steady gig. And I feel like,
yeah, I like a good steady gig.
because I mean, I feel like for artists, like if you're not performing, then you have to be creating. And if you're not creating and you're not performing, like where you at? What are you doing?
Unless you're in like, I had like a big hibernation period between, I want to say November and January. I didn't have any gigs. But I did it on purpose too.
I completely stopped recording podcasts after November.
Yeah, I feel like I burnt myself out a little bit last year. I did a lot of gigs last year. Like every week I had a gig last year. It's okay.
I mean, also to the listeners, it's like,
hydration. I like how you got away from the mic.
I tried to get away from the mic. You can still hear it gurgling in the headphones. I'm like, oh, my bad.
It's really good equipment. No, I think every week for the whole year I had a gig, it felt like. And I got to November and then I realized like I was performing so much that I didn't really have time to work on like any new stuff. And,
Yeah.
But also it was like the patio gigs, they pay pretty decent. So it's hard not to allow yourself to pick up every gig.
Yeah.
It's hard to say no and give yourself time to rest and time to create, and it's easy to just not give yourself time to do that stuff.
Especially when you're doing, because you were doing, there was some weekends you were doing 2 gigs a weekend.
Yeah, there was some weeks I would have 2 to 3 gigs. And then on top of that, just the day job and then the kids and their schedules. While that was all happening, both of my kids were also in soccer. And so I don't know what I was doing to myself.
So that's like, so you posted that on your Instagram story the other day about that breakdown about as an artist, like how are your priorities?
Yeah.
I'm the podcaster that responded on that. I don't know if it showed you that.
Oh no, I saw that.
And it's a weird, because my school schedule and my kid's schedule is complicated, and two younger ones in elementary, one older one in high school, then the pickup schedule, the drop-off schedule, then plus spend time with the little ones doing things they want to do, try to do things with the older one, the things he wants to do, trying to find a middle means for everyone to do something together.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Then somewhere in there, like your self-time.
Yeah.
And then if you have a relationship or friend, like just seeing your people too, like many hats.
Yeah, and it's I don't want that many hats sometimes.
Yeah, there's some days. And I think that's where it all came to a head with this promo stuff. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I was just like, where do I even have time for that?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, wait a minute. I think that is the promo.
Yeah.
Just show, I feel like, and oh my gosh, my 8-year-old, his stepmom, so we co-parent very well. He's at his dad and his stepmom's like all the time. And his stepsister had a job interview and she was really nervous. And they said that without even like looking up or skipping a beat, he was like, just show them who you are. I was like, oh my gosh, you little insightful child.
Bro's in a 90s
it has
athletic
been sticking
movie.
with me
He's
hardcore.
Like, just show them who you are.
Literally, like not even looking up from Roblox. Just show them who you are. And like, it just like, I woke up, I was like, oh my God, Hendrix is right. We just have to show them who we are.
Yeah.
And it's been overwhelmingly responsive. Like, I just like told everybody, hey, I'm tired and I've got kids and what do y'all do? And my inbox exploded with all of these responses.
I mean,
and I think that's my outlet of other people feeling that way too. Is it's really nice to know and to gather them all together and be like, hey guys, that's correct.
Yeah, because I try to post, so on the podcast side of Instagram, I try to post like motivational stuff, like get your shit together. It's up to you. Like you either got 6 months of progress or 6 months of excuses, stuff along those lines. And then I'll post some funny wrestling stuff because that's what I like. But if you go to my actual Instagram, there's all kinds of fucked up shit on my story there. But what I've realized is when I stopped looking at who was looking, when I stopped caring about how many views or how many likes and stuff, I went back and I posted like 2 things the other day on the podcast, and I was like, wow, 75 people looked at that, huh? Why are they not listening to the podcast? Because I don't get those 75 views, but y'all looked at it on Instagram. So, and then I go to my personal page, and then that's all over the place. Sometimes it's way up there, and then sometimes it's like, oh, No one cares about me today. But
see, my personal Instagram is my music Instagram.
Yeah,
and I
that's
haven't
a slippery
separated them yet. Yeah, I have to remember, like, I'll, like, usually not show my kids' faces because it's, like, strangers. Occasionally, though, I will. If it's just, like, really cute, I can't not.
Yeah.
But I'm not, like, trying to YouTube my kids out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
if I had the chance.
They would, oh, my gosh, they want to be on YouTube so bad. My kids are camera hams. There's, like, hours of video on Hendrix's school computer. And he's, like, just, hey, guys, what's up? What's going on?
Yeah, I can't. There's a comedian, Nate Bargatze. He says that his daughter likes to do those videos, like with her toys in her room and all this. Mm-hmm. His daughter thinks she's uploading them to YouTube. For the longest time, she thought. He goes, there's probably about 1,000 hours of video of my daughter playing with toys in her room, talking to the internet like she's on the internet, and it's just me that watches them.
That's like, so cute. And I have a lot of those too. And like they'll make like challenges, like Mr. Beast challenges in the living room and record it. And I'm like, oh, if I ever wanted to make a YouTube channel for them.
Hey, that Ryan kid makes millions of dollars every year.
I think about it too. But also I have to think that some days he's like, I don't want to do it. And then I picture his parents being like, get in front of the camera.
But I mean, like,
it's probably not like that.
The way that they said Macaulay Culkin's parents were to him. Child star. Bro, you got to get this money. We got a mortgage to pay.
Right? I'm like, what if I'm like, you got to do that so I can pay my car.
Yeah. Remember that? You know that nice car we ride around in all the time? You know we get to do stuff all the time?
And then eventually they'd be like, so you mean that's my car?
Yeah, but you can't drive it. You're not old enough.
Yeah, it's bittersweet when it, like, I've had unrestricted internet access for most of my life, but I just can't let my kids out on the internet. But I think it's because I know what's out there too, you know?
Yeah.
And I know, like, the terrors of the world. But in reality, it's like, it's just YouTube too. But
honestly,
it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, because Kane uses my iPad with his login, and he has YouTube Kids. And still, sometimes there's things on YouTube Kids that I'm like, well, hold on, let me see your iPad. Let me rewind that a little bit.
No, there was some Peppa Pig videos that got through to YouTube Kids that were very violent. And they were very bloody and gory, and it was like a really big issue. And it's because like whatever was screening them just didn't screen it enough.
Well, didn't screen it all the way through, or so. All right, we're at 30 minutes, but we don't have to. It's just so I kind of know where I'm at.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that Oliver's 9 going on 10, and he gets a little more leeway, but I still go through occasionally, and I'm like, and if I hear something like, what are you watching? He's like, I go, come here, let me see. I go, no more. I go, if we keep doing this, you're just going to lose the phone. You're not going to have it anymore, and you can watch YouTube on the big TV where everybody can see. Okay. And then he gets, well, Kane's got his iPad while he eats breakfast in the morning. I was like, well, if you're not going to listen, then you're not going to get to do that. And for the most part, he gets it, because I think all of my, not Kane, but my older two, at some point were on YouTube looking up things that they shouldn't have been looking up because they're boys.
Have, like, regular YouTube access, but it's like still too crazy and weird. Like, it's just like they wouldn't be looking at just terrible things, but it's like
there's some weird stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, like it's just like unnecessary. Like it's brain rot is what people say a lot, and I feel like it applies well.
That's like,
and they just be like scrolling.
On my Instagram feed, like this is funny. Why is this coming up though? You go to the next one, it's like, okay, Instagram clearly knows something about me because this just keep being funny, but also that's not stuff I want people to know that I'm laughing at. Yeah. But there's some random stuff that comes up, and then Instagram's really, really bad though. Because I got a buddy.
Instagram's odd. I get like, hold up. My dad's calling.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, Dad, I'm recording a podcast. Let me call you back. Okay, love you. There we go.
Yeah, Instagram. Like, okay, so you do you remember Faces of Death on YouTube when you could watch people die?
I never watched that. because I was a good kid. I'm just kidding. But do you remember rotten.com?
Yeah.
It was the same, very close, disturbing concept.
That was very early on, and YouTube was not as... It was basically the same content for a lot of it. You just had to know what to look up and where these videos were. Because I remember watching dudes' faces explode after jumping off of buildings and stuff.
Oh my God, like when they put the man decapitation video.
Yeah.
The terrorist one. I was very little when that happened, but that was like the first real YouTube thing. I remember my parents being like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like they were like, what? Like that was my first memory of like a terrible internet thing.
Yeah. And I just 100%, I would look back and I was like, and then now there's WhatsApp and there's all these other apps that you can send stuff, and it's not like there's no one watching it.
No, yeah. So, I feel like when we were kids, they would say like the internet's like a scary, terrifying highway to hell. But it's like, it kind of is now. Like they weren't joking.
When we were kids, it's like, don't tell us what to do. And now we're parents, it's like, oh shit.
Like they don't get Google. Like no Google allowed.
Yeah. And then that's like Google too. Because I remember when Google first came out, now there's parental controls and filter out explicit images and filter out explicit videos. But when we were little, it was like,
Google's Google.
And it's like, you can find whatever you want to on there. You remember Ask Jeeves? You remember that?
I do remember Ask Jeeves.
Before there was Google, there was Ask Jeeves. I think that's
still a search engine.
Is it?
I feel like it's still a real thing.
The guy with the little mustache, he looked like a butler.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up right now.
Ask Jeeves.
I think it is a thing. Oh, it's ask.com.
It's ask.com. Man.
I guess it's not Ask Jeeves anymore.
I guess they lost the copyright to Jeeves.
Maybe.
Someone said, no, you can't use that name. But yeah, that's one of those weird things as a parent. It's like trying to find a balance with your kid. I love when they will just go outside. Say, hey, just go outside. When it's rainy, when it's been rainy and storming and cold as cuss, I'm just like, oh, guys, what do you? They're just on electronics. I mean, some toys and stuff here and there, but really, it's like I'd rather than be outside. Go get dirty. Get some dirt under your nails.
Exactly.
Go climb a tree.
Like a couple of weeks ago, Mike, it was the one day it was sunny right before it froze, and they went outside and literally covered themselves from head to toe in mud. They made a hole in the backyard and filled it with water, and they took turns. It took hours to get the mud out of their hair. But I was like, oh my God, they're outside. I mean, have fun, boys.
Yeah, go do your thing.
I took away YouTube. It's gone. But they like had too much unrestricted internet access. I would just let them like scroll when they got home and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I took away this little phone they had. They'll have it at like their grandma's, but at home it's just Disney Plus or like Prime. They have streaming channels.
Yeah. But
they don't have any more mindless scrolling.
You're not like cutting them off from technology. They still have options.
No, yeah, they have plenty of options.
That's how Oliver got in trouble the other day for talking, and he's well, what's gonna happen? You don't get your phone for today. No video games, no PlayStation. What am I supposed to do? Watch Netflix. Okay. And then he literally sat on the couch and he watched like 4 movies on Netflix.
That's the boys with Disney Plus right now.
He didn't get up. He didn't complain. He just sat there and watched all these movies.
Yeah, no, it's been calm. It's something about the short brain rot videos. I feel like it just kind of spazzes them out, and I can't pinpoint why.
Yeah, I don't.
When the movie goes off, they're like, oh, okay. But if YouTube turns off, it's like the end of the world. Yeah. I think it's something about the attention span aspect.
I've learned that my attention span is terrible with social media because, like, I'm a podcaster and I will go listen to local podcasts, a couple of friends here and there. But there's also podcasts that I used to be like devout listeners to. Like I would listen to the episode every Tuesday or every Thursday, and I have headphones on. I'm working, and then I don't even do that anymore because I noticed myself the other day. I was watching one and I was just like, this guy's talking about too much stuff I don't care about right now. Okay, I'm just turning it off. And it's just like, I feel like that instant gratification kind of stuff is just rampant. And as an adult, I feel it, so I know my kids are the same way.
Yeah, the dopamine hits so quick when it's like a short, quick, funny video, and then next, short, hilarious. Quick, funny, next.
And then,
yeah.
That's like TikTok. I deleted TikTok when it got banned or whatever.
I did too, and then I had a little bit of FOMO. And so the second I could, I re-downloaded it.
I re-downloaded it because but it's not the same now.
No, it's different. But I feel like I'm going to find people in there somewhere.
Yeah, I stopped uploading videos on TikTok. It's still there. People occasionally will like a video. I'm like, how are you finding this? Like,
the video that I'm noticing is the most feedback is the one where the one partial one that from the Fort Worth Songwriter Festival. But then me and the kids got this little MIDI synth keyboard that we've been playing with. Mm-hmm. And I just uploaded like a quick little, I was going to say a quick little ditty. I feel like I can't say that anymore.
You can totally say it. Just means something different now.
A quick little viddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that one like is getting the most feedback. And it's like pointless. We're just like playing on the...
And I that's what I realized. A lot of it is just the pointless stuff.
The anti-advertisements, I think.
Yeah. I'm just going to start pretending to sell things and have a link in there that just goes to the podcast page on YouTube. Guys, do you want one of these? Go click this link right here. It's $19.95.
No, Facebook flagged my first video I tried to put up of my infomercials because I was like, guys, pre-save. And they were like, you're using a commercial for this, but you're advertising that. Oh. And so they tried to flag it. But I just literally put, this is my content, and they left me alone.
See, how does that work?
Yeah, it's like, I'm not trying to sell OxyClean. Like, I want you to go listen to my music.
I don't think they sell OxyClean by itself anymore. They just put it in everything.
I'm not sure.
Because I know I buy detergent that has OxyClean in it with the power of OxyClean.
That is true.
Inside of Gain and Tide and Purified and whatever, all these other commercials.
Yeah.
And now you can just pay to not have commercials, which is...
I don't do that. I have the kids watch the commercials on Disney Plus. Like, y'all are going to get the real...
Because it's cheaper or because...
Because it's cheaper.
Okay.
And I'm like, we need to grow these attention spans back.
Yeah. Well, because I was looking at it, so you can get the Hulu Disney Plus Max package for $16.99 with commercials, or $29.99 without commercials. And I'm like, do I want commercials? Do I not?
I don't think that's worth it. I would have the commercials.
But
$30 a month for no commercials.
But you're paying $16.99, which is actually going to be like $17.85 or whatever.
But then 30 would be like 35.
Yeah, but
if somebody asked me in 1997, I'd be like, yes.
Yeah, but because I feel like streaming services. I feel like, oh, we're better than cable. No, you're not. Because if I want to watch the show I want to watch, if I want to watch the 5 shows I want to watch. So let's say I want to watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Okay, I got to have Hulu. Then I want to watch anything Marvel or like the new Daredevil. Oh, got to have Disney Plus. I want to watch wrestling on Mondays. Got to have Netflix. I want to have ESPN, but I want to have all the channels, not like the ESPN Plus. But so I got to have YouTube TV or Sling or Fubo or... Hulu Live TV with sports or whatever, and it's like, okay. And then, there's that one show. Oh, now I gotta get Apple TV, so I gotta have to have 5 streaming services.
$100 a month,
and it's like it's more.
It's about to come full circle. They're all gonna come together, and they're gonna be like, guys, here's cable, and here's one. They'll be like, oh my gosh, one payment and all your things, and I'm like. That is cable. That's what we had before.
But I remember like when we had Spectrum, we had on demand.
Just like the phones. Everything's going full circle.
Yeah, full circle. All right. We've got on some rambling content. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Project related, show related. As of right now, March 29th at...
Yeah, Grackle Art Gallery.
Grackle Art Gallery.
For Spring Gallery Night. And it's going to be all original music. I won't have my synth out or anything. It's going to be acoustic, but I'll have unplugged versions of my new songs. That's
what I was going to ask you earlier. I was like, so how did these get performed live?
Well, see, that's like another new thing. So like when I first sent Sam the demos for these, they were like sad acoustic songs. They sounded nothing like they do now. And so we created this cool stuff, like this big cool thing. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Hey, I'm taping my podcast right now. Can I call you back? As soon as I'm done with this. Okay, love you. Bye. It's my family. The many hats.
Yes.
Let's see. What was? Oh yeah, performing. So we made this like big produced stuff. It sounds awesome. And now I have to learn it like without the computer and the synth if I want to do it at my shows. Mm-hmm. So instead of learning the song first and then like recording it, we kind of recorded it and then I had to learn it on my guitar. Because this is hardly any guitar. I think one song has guitar and the rest is like synth, ukulele, stuff like that. So I had to sit down and like learn them acoustic.
Okay.
So it was really interesting. But then I'm also putting together somewhat of a band right now.
Okay.
So we could perform it live, like with all the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like a drummer, bass, keys. It's going to be like a whole thing.
Nice.
To be determined, cool. But I got some pretty fun people joining in on it.
That sounds, I mean, because that was one of my things. I was like, when I was listening to it, I was like, how's she going to do this live? Like, I mean, because like you said, you can always do an acoustic, but like you said.
Yeah, or a backtrack on a computer.
Yeah, I was thinking about
it's going to be really cool with a live band, though.
A thumb drive. Hey, here's my stuff.
Exactly.
Like when a rapper shows up. Hey, here's my thumb drive with my plug it in. All right, I'm vocals. All right, let's show my vocals up. All right, we're good.
No, exactly. Where's my snare? I don't have any snare in my headphones.
Yeah, that's that's hilarious. But there's because that's what I was wondering. But a full band. I think a full band always takes everything to a next level.
Oh, it's gonna be so cool.
And man, what was the last time I went out? I was with Joe. We went to that Lou Charles, that here Fort Worth thing. That I don't know what it was.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It was like Faluba Fest. It had a funky name. It wasn't it, but it was really close.
It was a Palooza or something.
Yeah, it wasn't Lou Palooza.
No, but
they did like a. Oh my gosh, why is the name escaping me right now? They had really cool flyers.
Someone will put it in the comments, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flyer had like all the names because it was like a multi-venue, multi-day. Yeah, and it was like.
It was in February.
There was like shows in Dallas. There were shows in Fort Worth. They were all kind of spread out. So, but yeah, when we went there, Lou didn't have full band, but he did have, I think, keys and drums.
Nice.
And it always just takes the show to that next level when it's not just the one guy on stage.
Yeah, it's captivating.
And it's like, oh man, there's so many moving parts to this. And then like Patrick Jr. from when he does shows.
Union Station.
Yeah, Union Station. When there's a full band on stage, there's guitars, there's keys, there's drums. It's like, wow. This is a big thing that y'all got coming together here, and like y'all are doing a really good job. So
that'll be new for me too. I've been solo this whole time, the entire time I've done the solo. So I'm really excited to get with people, and have band practice and stuff.
We're gonna have band practice.
Band together.
That'll be fun. That's one of my favorite lines in Sling Blade when Dwight Yoakam is there in the kitchen. And they're eating dinner, and he hits, damn it, I know what I'm going to do. She goes, no, not tonight, please. I'm getting the band together.
That's about to be me.
And all the guys show up, and they're talking about music, and he throws that guy in the wheelchair out the front door. That's a great movie. It's a great comedy, and I think it just went over everyone's heads. Sling Blade.
I think so.
Oh, okay, so we will do one of the normal segments now that who knows how long we're into this, but we always do a cult classic movie. Chase usually does them, but you're going to get to do one today. So what are one of those movies that you remember that you feel like a lot of people like flock to, but it may not be mainstream? Usually we would do like these really sketchy, like terrible horror movies like Summer Camp. And then I don't know if you've ever seen any of those. And then we've got some more lighter hearted ones in there. Like Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, the Royal Tenenbaums.
The Royal Tenenbaums? Okay,
I feel like
tell me about this movie because I've never heard of it.
it's a Wes Anderson film.
Okay.
It has Bill Murray in it. It has Gwyneth Paltrow in it. It has Luke Wilson in it. It has a lot of heavy hitters in it. It's just a weird, awkward Wes Anderson film.
Okay.
About very awkward white family. It's good that there's like a cult following for it though. And Little Miss Sunshine. It has. Do you know that movie?
I've heard of that.
It has
I think
Steve
I've seen
Carell
that movie.
in it. Kind of same vibes.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about The Faculty yesterday. Or the
Oh
last
my god,
recording.
I love that movie.
Josh Hartnett with long sleeves with the t-shirt
I
on
have
top.
the biggest, fattest crush on Josh Hartnett.
Oh, have you seen his
was
new
like one
movie?
of my crushies when I was a little kid.
Have you seen his new movie? Mm-mm. The M. Night Shyamalan, that trap movie?
No, but I love M. Night Shyamalan.
I watched it. It was...
Oh my, what was The Village? The M. Night
The
Shyamalan
Village,
movie?
yeah.
I feel like people forget about that.
It was a great movie. Joaquin Phoenix.
Love him.
And I don't remember that girl's name. Was that Ron Howard's daughter that was in that?
Oh, I don't know. I just remember him.
Yeah.
I remember it was like culty.
Yeah.
Of course, Signs too. I feel like with Aliens making a comeback, Signs has been very popular.
Yeah.
Aliens have been a big topic lately.
Yeah, because they're real.
Yeah, they're there.
They just don't want to interact with us.
Exactly. They're like, ew, what guys?
Here's some hot Cheetos, bro. You want to hang out?
Like, would you like some violence?
Yeah, they're like, they haven't matured enough. Give them more time. We'll conversate in another 100 years. All right. So what was the name of that movie again?
The Royal Tenenbaums.
The Royal Tenenbaums. Okay. That's our cult classic for this episode. All right. Well, I'm ready to wrap up, Gabby, unless you got something else you got to throw out there.
Please listen to my music. That's it.
Photosynthesis For Feelings.
And I have a merch store. If you go to GabbyMinton.com, you can find all of my merch, all of my music, all of my weird little videos.
The merch store is official and it's real because I bought a shirt.
Yes, it's not a scam. It's a real website, guys.
It's not a scam.
I'm not one of the scammers trying to sell shirts on Facebook.
You buy the shirt and it comes in the mail. And I was going to actually wear it, and then I don't know where I folded it.
I was wondering. I was like, he's not wearing the shirt.
I have the shirt, and I was like, and it was the...
It was the Don't Make a Sound
Yeah,
shirt.
the Don't Make a Sound that Lewis did the...
Yeah, that's actually me as a baby.
Yeah, we had this conversation before.
Yeah.
And I was like, I remember telling you got to make this a shirt. Like this.
Yeah, no, the second I got the website together, I was like, you can't believe what I'm doing right now.
I know, I remember.
I sent you a picture. I know,
I'm going to get one. Let me get paid.
2 years later, here we go.
Jesus.
Yeah, that released in 2023. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah, January of 2023. So this EP was my first release in over 2 years.
Man, time flies.
Now I'm just going to start throwing stuff out there now that I have a keyboard.
Let's try this. Oh, what do you think about that?
Exactly.
But yeah, Photosynthesis For Feelings EP, Gabby Minton.
Minton.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up today, guys. Talk shit in the comments, as I always tell y'all. And if you don't like this, like, really talk shit and, like let's start, like, an online war and, like, talk crap about each other. Please.
Beef.
I just want to interact with someone.
Help him.
I just want to interact.
I feel like my family